Hewitt in motion again. The handoff goes to Hill, trying left. He is slowed and now breaks free inside the 5. Touchdown, Cincinnati. What a run by Jeremy Hill. Pro-style formation in the backfield. Carr looking to throw, steps up. He is hit. Now he's going to run. He may have the first down. He does. The ball comes loose. It's knocked out of bounds. Well, back here at Oakland, this is a big story. Look at the stiff arm from Derek Carr. That's all good, but he may have injured that hand. Jeremy Hill is the deep man. Dalton hands it off to Hill. Steps left into the end zone. Touchdown, Cincinnati. And it's 16-0 Bengals for Cincinnati. With a play clock at 5, Dalton slings it toward the end zone. Touchdown, Eiferts. 10-5-1 last year. Lost to the Colts in the first round of the postseason. Dalton's pass to the end zone. Caught. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Tyler Eifert with his second score of the day. He used his body to get around DJ Hayden. First down for the 31. The Raiders still have not had a snap inside Cincinnati territory today. And McGloin loses the ball, and it's recovered by the Bengals.
They'll get this ship steered in the right direction.
By the way, speaking of running the ball, Bernard.
Oh, man, and that's Charles Woodson.
Charles Woodson, yeah. Charles Woodson, who told us the other day in his meetings that his body feels good.
Now let's head to Cincinnati. The Bengals coming off a big win over the Raiders in Oakland, now back home taking on the Chargers, who came back to win big over the Lions in Week 1. There's Andy Dalton. Looked good in Week 1, although drive stalls here, punting.
Oh, we know why
you're showing it, right?
Right.
Well, it's because it's a huge play. Keenan Allen drops the punt, recovered by the Bengals, and now they are in business. And here comes Andy Dalton. 2nd and 7 to A.J. Green. Early candidate for catch of the day by A.J.
They are a basketball team when you get down in the red zone. A.J. Green, Eifert, Sanu, I mean, they are big across the board. Andy Dalton gave his guy a chance.
16-yard score. Bengals on top 7-0. Second quarter. Same score. Dalton shotgun going deep, and he's got Marvin Jones, who had a step or two on Brandon Flowers' 45-yard score.
People forgot about Marvin Jones. He's healthy. He's back. He should be a big contributor for this team.
Missed all last season and has the Bengals now up 14-6.
This might be the slowest fumble recovery return for a touchdown I've ever seen. But he made it, and he was confident about it.
Yeah, Dalton was hit by Manti Te'o. Ball comes loose. Jeremiah Tachu looked to be returned for the 36-yard touchdown, except...
was that slower than our tight end in Arizona last week?
Darren Fells, yeah, I'm not sure. That play was reviewed. It was reversed, called an incompletion, so the Bengals led 14-6 at the half. All that for nothing. So here come the Chargers. Third quarter, Rivers to Stevie Johnson. Had a touchdown a week ago. Back into the end zone again. And Phillip Rivers passes Dan Fouts, now the all-time leader in Chargers franchise history for passing touchdowns. Phil has 255. Fourth quarter, Bengals up 17-13. Rivers sacked by Geno Atkins and Carlos Dunlap. Chargers got a punt. All right, so here come the Bengals off the punt. Gio Bernard got some run in this game after a couple fumbles by Jeremy Hill. And look at Gio.
I thought you saw against this Chargers team, the smaller backs you saw last week, Abdullah have some success. Today you saw Gio Bernard.
Yeah, that was a strategic start by you today in our NFL Game Day Live fantasy. So 5 plays later, Tyler Eifert back into the end zone. He's got 3 touchdowns on the year. Dalton, 3 touchdowns on the day.
Woodhead.
But look at Danny Woodhead. He had a couple into the end zone a couple times in Week 1. Has 19 yards there over the middle from Phillip Rivers. 5 plays later, Rivers to Malcolm Floyd, who beats Drake Kirkpatrick for the 40-yard score. Chargers back in it here, down 20.
At that point in the game, 4 minutes to go, how do you allow a wide receiver to get by you in that situation?
Yeah. And Chargers going for 2 here to try to make this a field goal game, but no, Keenan Allen cannot get into the end zone. Leon Hall makes the stop. So we're down 5 of the Chargers and looking for the comeback here, but Vincent Ray picks off Phillip Rivers, intended for Malcolm Floyd.
By an LB.
You said, look, earlier you said that New England interception was the interception of the day. I'm going to go with this
Vincent
one
Ray?
simply because it was a linebacker.
Yeah.
There you go. Nice
and it was a big one for the Bengals as they moved to 2-0 with the 24-19 victory over the Chargers. NFL Network, and CBS. All right, so let's catch up with here the Ravens in Week 3. Back-to-back AFC North games here, Weeks 3 and 4 for the Ravens. Now hosting the Bengals, and Andy Dalton. No score here, 7 minutes to play, first quarter. Dalton, check out the moves.
Well, give Dalton a whole lot of credit here. The pass rush was coming. They were collapsing the pocket. He made his read. He sees a lane, makes a good move on that one defender on C.J. Mosley, and is able to get it into the end zone, DJ.
Yeah, no, C.J. Mosley had him squared up.
Yep.
Couldn't get a finger on him. Andy Dalton, say it, Rhett. Sneaky.
Sneaky fast?
Sneaky athletic.
Sneaky athletic?
Wow.
No, I'm not going to do it. Not going to do it yet.
Don't do it.
I'm going to keep that one in my back pocket. I feel like I might have to use it later.
I like that.
Here's Joe Flacco looking for Kyle Juszczyk, but that pass picked off by Adam Jones, Flacco's 4th pick of the year. After the INT, Dalton to Marvin Jones for the score. 2nd straight week with a touchdown for Marvin Jones.
Marvin Jones, kind of the forgotten man. Getting him healthy is a big addition to this offense. A lot of size, especially down the red zone.
Next Bengals possession, Dalton with the play fake, buys some time, looks to hit Tyler Eifert for the score. But wait a second. Play would be reviewed. Guys, what happens here?
Well, it was still recovered by the Cincinnati Bengals, so
it's a touchdown. It's over the line, right?
He broke the plane, but just in case they did the continuation, good heads up play by the offensive lineman who grabbed it for
because it was a part of the catch, and he didn't control it all the way down. Pass rolled incomplete. Ravens take over possession, but they would not score, although
there you go.
They prevent a score here. 3rd quarter, Andy Dalton looking for A.J. Green, but Jimmy Smith, nice play in the end zone.
Yeah, Jimmy Smith's had some high highs and low lows this season as well as in this game.
All right, and the Andy Dalton haters are coming out. That was his first pick of the year, though. Next
Senior.
Ravens possession, Flacco to Steve Smith.
He is something.
Is there anybody that could beat harder?
Oh, he is such a stud. He ran out of juice a little bit there at the end.
He needed an IV, I think, late in the game there.
It was hot.
50-yard score. Ravens down 14-7. Next Ravens possession. Flacco looking for Kamar Aiken. Pass is broken up. Flag on the play, though. And this was a 2nd and 21. And you get a first down on it.
You didn't get your money's worth on that one.
That's Chris Carter on the blow to the head there. Automatic first down. Ravens would add a field goal. 4th quarter now. Bengals ball here. Same score, 3rd and 6. And Dalton hit by Elvis Dumerville. Fumbles. C.J. Mosley.
Yeah, C.J. Mosley got beat on the touchdown run. Got his revenge here, a little scoop and score. But you can't ask Tyler Eifert to be able to block Elvis Dumerville for an extended period of time. That's not going to end well.
Yeah, Dumerville gets around the edge there and strips Dalton. And C.J. Mosley, ball hawking.
Premier pass rushers will always make a one-on-one blocker pay.
Especially if he's a tight end.
17 unanswered points for the Ravens to take the lead. Next Bengals possession.
Look at that throw.
That's Dalton to A.J. Green.
Look at
in
that
stride.
effort.
Oh, and he's still going. Give him a touchdown on it. 80 yards for the score.
The variety of weapons they have in Cincinnati is scary, but A.J. Green still stands above the rest. How about his day today? 10 for 227, Rhett.
I'll take it. I'll take it. Bengals 21-17 over the Ravens. So back comes Joe Flacco here. Finds Michael Campanaro for the first down on a 3rd and 10. 2 plays later, under 5 to play. Flacco on a 2nd and 1. And Steve Smith Sr.
OPI. It's either offensive pass interference.
It was something, right? There was some contact.
Maybe there's something. There's a lot of wrestling going on.
Maybe it was too much from both sides.
There you go.
Right?
There you go.
So you just no call. 13 catches, 186, 2 scores for Steve Smith. Ravens on top, 24-21. 2 plays. Next Bengals possession, and it's Marvin Jones there. Nice catch, first down.
It was very clear neither one of these teams were going to give this win away. They were going to have whoever won this game was going to have to win this game today. A lot of competition.
And we saw Jimmy Smith get the interception in the end zone. This time you saw the other side of it. Beautiful
There's your
throw.
A.J. Green, 2nd touchdown, 10 catches, 227. As you said, the 227 is a career high, DJ. And the Bengals are back on top, 28-24. So here come the Ravens. Flacco here looking for Steve Smith. We had a flag on the play.
Ooh. Looks like Kelechi Osemele grabbed a face mask on a clean run through.
Yep, and that would be it. Their Ravens backed up half the distance to the goal, and on 4th and 17, Flacco buys time, but Can't find Max Williams. We showed you that to begin the program here. And the Bengals hang on to win in Baltimore, 28-24. The Ravens
made history.
0-3 for the first time.
With a short week at Pittsburgh on Thursday.
Could go
maybe
0-4.
catching a break if Ben Roethlisberger can't go on Thursday night after suffering a knee injury in the Steelers' victory over the Rams today. Jets 3-1 under Todd Bowles with the 27-14 victory. And now to Cincinnati. Bengals looking to stay perfect on the season, welcoming the Chiefs. And here comes Andy Dalton going on top to A.J. Green on a 3rd and 2.
This is the most aggressive Andy Dalton has played in his career. I love it. He's taking shots down the field.
Green, of course, coming off a career day. Not the same for Jeremy Hill.
Oh, my.
But he gets into the end zone. A little redemption for the second-year runner. His 3rd TD of the season. Bengals on top 7-0.
Not to be outdone.
Gio Bernard.
Come on, give me some.
How about a 1-2 punch? Is that the best 1-2 punch in the league right now?
They got a 1-2 punch at running back. They got a 1-2-3-4-5 punch at receiver. They got all kinds of punches for your punch.
All right, Bengals
punch bingo.
14-3. We're going to get a receiver touchdown for the 2nd straight week? Not just yet. Alex Smith, big gainer to Jeremy Maclin. 44 yards, led to a Cairo Santos field goal. Chiefs down 14-6. Back of the Chiefs with the ball here. Alex Smith sacked. Jamada Pico.
We spend so much time talking about all these weapons on the
Get in
Cincinnati
my belly!
offense. Their defense has been here to play this year.
Another Cairo Santos field goal there, and the Chiefs are down 14-9. Here comes Jamal Charles. 24 yards on the handoff, led to another Santos field goal. 4th of the first half, and the Chiefs are down 14-12. 3rd quarter, same score, 3rd and 11. Smith sacked. This time it's Carlos Dunlap.
Geno Atkins is kind of opening everything up for everybody else along that front right now.
Bengals' 4th sack of the day. They had 5. Forced the Chiefs punt. So here comes Andy Dalton. Rolling right. And he's got Brandon Tate, who's not touched. And he dives into the end zone. So give him a score. Heads up play. Wasn't touched. Got up and... Oh, it's close. Guys, you take a look.
It was a close one, but he got up. He was already up before when he got touched by the defender. Good play by
Tate's
Tate.
first catch of the season. Good for a touchdown. The Bengals are on top 21-12. 2 possessions later here for the Chiefs. Now down 21-15 after that 5th Santos field goal. And Smith has Travis Kelce, but hang on. Michael Johnson hits him, fumbles. Covered by Reggie Nelson. He goes all the way back to the Chiefs.
Reggie Nelson's mane is super impressive. I don't know what was more impressive, his run back or his head of hair.
Well, Travis Kelce, of course, wants that back. Came out of this, started the season like gangbusters there with a couple touchdowns in week 1 and kind of trailed off since. But Jeremy Hill just picking up steam here towards the end of the game, getting him into the end zone for the 2nd time.
He has such a physical running style. It's amazing to see how hard he runs and then the finesse that Gio Bernard brings.
Hill also
super tough.
into the end zone for a 2-point conversion there. So the Bengals on top 29-18 here when Andy Dalton finds Tyler Eifert wide open from 30.
They just have so many weapons. You can't focus just on A.J. Green. He hits you with so many different guys. In the middle of the field has been a weapon with Eifert.
17 of 24, 321 through the air for Dalton. 3 touchdowns on the day for Jeremy Hill. That one just about does it. Although Cairo Santos would add a 7th field goal in this game. Guys had a Chiefs record. And the Bengals win 36-21, 4-0.
There's
on
some
the
type
season.
of dance culture connected to former LSU players. I don't know what it is. Haven't figured it out yet, Brett.
Yeah.
But something interesting about it.
It's a Bayou thing. All right, let's get you caught up with one of the best games of the day. It was one of the best coming in as well. The Seahawks in that tough defense now we saw on Monday night into Cincinnati to take on the undefeated Bengals. And how about no Marshawn Lynch? Yeah, we'll go Thomas Rawls.
That is a hard physical run and show you got a little bit of juice as well, LeVar.
Undrafted free agent making an impact early for the Seahawks. And this was where it was starting to spiral out of control in the second half for Cincinnati.
You run a misdirection play. You leave Michael Bennett wide open. I don't understand that, but he makes him pay for it. Gets upfield, causes the fumble. Bobby Wagner scoop and score, turn defense into offense.
Yeah, Rex Burkhead there kind of unable to control that exchange, and Bobby Wagner returns it for a score. So down 24-7 are the Bengals, and watch Adam Jones on the punt return. and he gets it deep into Seahawks territory. Bengals offense.
He was a major player in this game during returns all throughout the game, flipping field position for the Bengals at crucial moments.
He also had a very critical INT earlier in this game as well.
Remember Tyler Eifert had those 2 touchdowns against the Raiders back in week 1? Well, he gets into the end zone for a second time here, bringing the Bengals within 10. And then with under 4 minutes to play, Andy Dalton just calling his own number.
Yeah, look, that was a risky call because if you don't get in, you're going to kill a lot more time. They still needed another score, but he did it. He got in.
All right, so now the Bengals within 3 points here and kind of putting the game in the hands of their defense. Defense would get a big stop, and here's Adam Jones again on a punt return, making it count.
The one aspect of a punt returner is fearlessness, and he has that. It's very underrated, and Pac-Man shows you, or Adam. I still want to call him Pac-Man. It's too easy.
This looked like a huge punt return, right? But referees said this was a fair catch signal that he called for. I thought the fair catch had to be over the head, right?
This was a waist high.
Yeah, this was kind of
maybe.
Yeah, he could have been telling the guys to move away, like move away from me, you're getting too close. It's one of those interpretation calls. It looked like it could have been a fair catch signal.
So Andy Dalton then with a long field trying to get the Bengals in field goal position, and he would.
Does it matter if it's a fair catch when you got Andy Dalton playing the way that he's playing?
Well, yeah, I mean, red hot, especially here in the second half. Remember, this was a team that was down, 24-7?
Yeah, they were hurting a little bit.
And have marched all the way back here on a third down. This is with time running down, no timeouts. Marvin Lewis has the fast field goal team ready.
You can't spike the ball. This is fourth down. You got to get your fast field goal team on the field. And look, this is perfect operation. That's why you do this in practice each and every week.
And Mike Nugent, good.
There's been a much maligned bunch of kickers out there, but Nugent did what he needed to do.
Well, and after trading a couple possessions in overtime, it would be Nugent banging it off the left upright and in 42 yards. It's good. The Bengals remain undefeated, 5-0 for the first time since 1988.
It's a big win.
Big win
for
Seahawks.
them. It was almost a statement game for the Seahawks to come into Cincinnati and be able to really deliver a real convincing victory, but they gave them the opportunity to get back in. Bengals took advantage.
Well, and this might be one of those statement games for Andy Dalton, right? DJ, 34, 44, 331, and 2 touchdowns.
I've been saying for a while, he's getting ready to cross over that threshold what Tony Romo did. Remember forever, Tony Romo, he was kind of like, but he can't do it in clutch moments, can't do it in the postseason. We've heard those same things about Dalton. I think this is a turning point for him.
All right, guys, let's head up to, we'll stay in the state of New York, go to Buffalo. Cold temperatures, actually had a little bit of snow come down before this game. Bills and Bengals. And Shady's back in the lineup.
That's why they call him Shady, Rat.
Heating it up real quick there at Orchard Park is Shady as he goes for 33 down to the Bengals 47.
Flat out rude to make them type of moves on somebody.
EJ Manuel, of course, getting the start here for the injured Tyrod Taylor. And Manuel finding Charles Clay.
It's a great catch by Clay.
He picks that one up off his shoelaces.
Look, we show all these high catches, and those are fantastic. There's nothing more difficult than plucking the ball off your shoestrings.
And you work those type of drills in practice all week long. You see a guy catch, tuck, and roll.
Review, and the play would end up as a catch for the Bills, and EJ Manuel going to cap off that drive there. Nice drive there from Manuel. Was 3 of 3 on that possession. The Bills are up 7-0.
Look good early.
Yeah, and so back come the Bengals, though.
But this is the Bengals. I was about to say, back come the Bengals. You're absolutely right.
Look at Jeremy Hill. Big time play as he breaks the tackle and hurdles into the end zone.
And maintaining that LSU swag after you score. You got to have a good dance once you get in the end zone.
Boy, just barely not stepping out of bounds as well. Hill into the end zone on the 13-yard TD reception to tie the game at 7. Here's EJ. Still in the first quarter here. 3rd and 3. Looking for Chris Hogan. Instead, that is picked off by Darquez Denard.
He was inspired. His Spartans with the miracle win yesterday. He was inspired today.
You know, if EJ puts a little bit more air on that, gives his receiver an opportunity to run under that ball, he actually walks into the end zone. All
right, Denard, the former first-round pick there with the pick. not touched by Hogan there, and so Bengals take over possession. Both courts wouldn't score if you had to take another look at that. 2nd and 4 here for Andy Dalton. Finds Gio Bernard, and Gio can scoot.
They have so many weapons they can hit you with, and both backs can catch the ball out of the backfield, so they can run you off down the field and check it down, get big plays.
The 3rd and 1 here for the Bengals, and it's Gio again.
You know what? He is such a change-up to what they do in that backfield. Obviously, having Hill, this guy is explosive.
17-yard touchdown run for Gio. Had the Bengals up 14-7. 2 Bills possessions later, now down 17-7. And Manuel finds Sammy Watkins, but boy, Sammy catches it, which is great for the Bills. Touchdown, but hang on a second. He comes up hurting on that ankle, did not return.
Yeah, I showed him in crutches a little bit later on right there. You see him, and that's not a good sign for the Bills.
That's unfortunate. You know, we always have been hearing the stories about him wanting to get the ball more. Now he gets hurt.
Hey, by the way, it was 17 unanswered points for the 2nd straight week for the Bengals. But this was 17-14, close game at the half.
That's a ball.
But look at Andy Dalton dropping one in for Marvin Jones.
How about the concentration by Marvin Jones right here and the aggressive nature of Andy Dalton? That, to me, is the biggest difference last year to this year. Andy Dalton taking those deep shots and taking some chances.
But Marvin, he is a game changer. Game changer.
All right, so Dalton then finds Jones on the screen, and what is that, about a cartwheel into the end zone?
How do you contort your body to get that thing across the goal line? That is ridiculous.
Look at, that's a cartwheel, basically. Put one hand down.
Put the hand down.
That was impressive. That's...
He was probably trying to protect his neck, but ended up getting the touchdown out of it.
All right, so Bengals up 24-14. Here's Andy. Again, looking to add the lead. Has all kinds of time, kind of scrambling around, and ends up finding A.J. Green for the first down.
3rd and 7, you expect those overload blitzes from Rex Ryan. Instead, they drop in coverage and still makes a play.
6 plays later, 2nd and goal, Dalton to Tyler Eifert.
So many names. I mean, you go through their highlights, there's so many names to call week in and week out.
Eifert kind of takes it away from Bakari Rambo.
Another added dimension to this team, though. I mean, it is a basketball team when you get down the red zone, all that size.
Bengals win 34-21, and we now have a final in that Broncos-Browns game. We'll get that for you here shortly. Bengals, again, remain undefeated, now 6-0, going up to Orchard Park. Tough place to play up there at Ralph Wilson, and coming away with the victory. The Bengals looking more impressive by the week. Well, Ben Roethlisberger and Le'Veon Bell had yet to play a complete game together, as Le'Veon Bell and Ben Roethlisberger went down in the first game. Le'Veon Bell was back in Week 3 against the Rams. So here comes Roethlisberger, first game since that Rams game and that MCL injury. Finds Antonio Brown, who's a happy guy, Willie?
Nobody's loving him more than Antonio Brown. That Big Ben is back.
There it is. That was a nice drive there for the Steelers. 7-0 Pittsburgh. And so Bell, 511 yards, 3 touchdowns this season, leads the NFL with rushes of more than 20+. And
hate
this
to
was
see that.
Not what you wanted to see, not what anybody wanted to see here. Bell tackled by Vontaze Burfict, and his right knee gets twisted, caught up underneath him. He would lead the game on a cart.
This has a little something to do with the Bengals. Didn't he hurt his knee last year when they played the Bengals?
The hyperextended knee against the Bengals right before the playoffs. All right, Bengals offense really kind of struggling out of the gates here in this first half. First time Bengals have trailed after the first quarter all season. Then you see this snap they had some trouble on. Giovanni Bernard recovered all the way back at the Steelers' 38. Third quarter now, Mike Nugent, field goal blocked by Cameron Hayward.
This is after he made it. Then they had a false start, had to back it up, and then you lose the 3 points.
Lawrence Timmons going to recover this one. Steelers take over there with 12. Fourth quarter now, Steelers up 10-6. 2nd and 18 for Ben Roethlisberger. Ben going deep.
Let it go.
And looking for Martavis Bryant in the end zone. Officials initially threw a flag for pass interference on Drake Kirkpatrick here.
I think that was a great no call.
And the flag was picked up?
Yeah, I think it was a great no call. Let these guys play. It was a little touch, a little hand fighting, which receivers and DBs do, but overall, not a penalty. Didn't change the play.
Okay, Steelers would then have to punt, so no points on that possession. Andy Dalton down 10-6, throwing the interception in the end zone. Antoine Blake, who they had picked on all day, DJ.
This is a throw, too. When you got the corners back, you can make this throw, but when the corner's playing offense, staring right at you, you can't make this back shoulder throw. It's not going to work.
All right, so Steelers ball now, and a couple possessions later, as Andy tries to figure it out on the sideline. Here's Ben Roethlisberger. Under 6 minutes to play, Ben didn't have his full mobility today, did he? He's still a little
strong, but he still break a couple of tackles here and there, but not the same Ben.
Trying to make a play outside of the pocket, and Ben picked off by Sean Williams. Look at this play.
That was a heck of a pick.
That was a great throw. A great catch.
Willie, it's second down and you're Ben. You're trying to force the ball to your fullback at that point in time.
That's Ben. He has the ultimate confidence in his arm and his receivers.
So new life for the Bengals, though. And Giovanni Bernard getting into the act here.
Wanted to see him more involved in this game.
He didn't have one carry. One carry until Bell got hurt.
And there in the reception for 23, setting up Andy Dalton to A.J. Green for the go-ahead touchdown.
That's right, yeah.
And A.J. and Andy put the Bengals up 13-10. So now under 3 minutes to play. And Ben Roethlisberger, it just gets worse. Now picked off back-to-back possessions. This time it's Reggie Nelson, his second pick of the game, guys. Those Bengals safeties.
And George Aloka was hitting people all game long.
You were saying that. Making some big plays. One cost him.
Yeah, one penalty.
That long return was brought back to a couple penalties, and so they ended up getting a Mike Nugent field goal out of that drive. 16-10, Bengals on top. So now under a minute to play for Roethlisberger. Here trying to make some moves. 2nd and 8. Roethlisberger looking for Martavis Bryant. Under 10 seconds. Gets a nice big chunk. And setting up one last shot with 4 seconds left on the clock. Roethlisberger throwing it up back in the end zone, looking for Antonio Brown. Finds him just a little too deep. And the Bengals able to hang on, coming back for the victory, 16-10 over the Steelers in Pittsburgh. Andy Dalton, 23 of 38, had that touchdown, also had the 2 interceptions. Ben Roethlisberger with the 3 interceptions in his first game back.
Watched it together, and we were all excited in the first half because it looked like we had a game for a while in Cincinnati.
We did have a game, Dan, till halftime.
In honor of Veterans Day, for every point scored during the NFL's 32 Salute to Service games, the league will donate $1,000 to its nonprofit partners, the 2 quarterbacks. You can see them there. We start in the first quarter. Andy Dalton to Tyler Eifert for the touchdown. Bengals on top, 7-0, just like that.
Here's what we know, Will. You get what you deserve in this league, and that defense deserved to get scored on in that one.
Nobody touched Tyler.
How do you
no jam, no nothing.
Yep.
You know, Andy Dalton was liking this. Mohamed Sanu fighting dudes off to pick up the first down.
Show those
and he
guns
gets
off.
it.
There you go.
I see a 12, the double bicep pose.
4 plays later on 4th, bad throw from Andy here to A.J. Green, but there's laundry on the field.
Say it ain't so, Willie. This is a mental error. You can't line up outside.
Or offsides. You just can't do it.
Yeah, Mike Pettin is confused. It was Randy Stark's coach that jumped, opening the door for
he learned
this.
that in Miami.
Dalton.
Nice scramble play.
Eifert again.
But that play wasn't going to Eifert. It was going to the lineman. Eifert just decided to take that ball out there. It's a good decision.
So watch 85. All right, so here's your scramble rule. But watch the eligible lineman coming in the back of the end zone.
And listen to Sanu.
I would think they would want to cover 85. He only leads the league in touchdowns. I love him, man.
He does lead the league in touchdowns. 9 total touchdowns at the end of this game. Johnny Manziel was Johnny on the run for a good portion of this game in the first half and paid dividends here. Finds Duke Johnson for 26.
Well, I love it. He started the scramble, Willie, but what did he do? He kept his eyes downfield.
And that's the difference.
Yep.
Couple of plays later, how about Gary Barnage just having a huge year? Gary coming up big for Johnny here. That's good for 25 yards.
In the first half, every time Johnny scrambled out of the pocket, he kept his eyes downfield and made a great throw to an open receiver, which uncovered because the DBs were looking at Johnny.
Yep. And he finds Duke Johnson again for the touchdown. So it's 14-10 at halftime.
Well, you like this, all right? Pocket, on the escape. This is the athleticism that we like to see number 2 use. And then, listen, pinpoint accuracy on the run. Duke Johnson, a nice rookie find, the running back out of UM. Obviously, some nice hands out of the backfield.
You can see the numbers there. Good numbers for Johnny Manziel in the first half. A different story in the second half. Manziel not getting any help from his wide receivers. Taylor Gabriel, the ball bounces off.
That has nothing to do with the quarterback position. He's got to bring that one in.
2 plays later. This wasn't a perfect pass, but Barnage maybe could have pulled that one.
Well, Tyler Eifert would have made it. Yeah, he's not that athletic. He's a little stiff, so he's got to put it on him. A lot of touchdowns this year, but not the same type tight end.
Still close in the fourth quarter here. Andy Dalton to Marvin Jones, good for 25. And the Bengals now Browns territory once again.
Well, a little third down completion. Good job by Andy Dalton managing the situation. That's kind of what he did all night. Now he's managing to get out and lead block around the corner for Sanu. He's not touching anybody. Nobody to touch. This is a well-designed play by Hugh Jackson. We'll talk about that a little later. A lot of different looks, a lot of different formations. They just caught the Browns off guard. Everybody's chasing Giovanni Bernard, and Sanu comes back around. And Andy look at this angle. You see Andy? Untouched.
He's an athlete.
Because he didn't see anybody in front of him, so he was flying. But Sanu was barely keeping up with him.
Well, Manziel's an athlete too, but he couldn't run forever. Carlos Dunlap gets him here.
Well, in the second half, you saw a good adjustment by that Bengals defense. They stopped rushing and just boxed him in. Nowhere to run. You saw 2 defensive ends boxed in, pressure in the middle, nowhere for Johnny to go.
Yeah, this time it was Geno Atkins.
But I put that on the coaching staff. Come out and make an in-game adjustment, get him out of the pocket. Find someone. Yep.
Tyler Eifert again. He finished with 5 catches, 3 of them touchdown catches, and he leads the NFL with 9 this season. 31-10 is the final. A career night for Tyler Eifert. A nice night for that Bengals offense and the Bengals defense, for that matter. They were fantastic.
Stunning finish in Cincinnati as the Bengals are beaten for the first time this season. The Bengals captains carrying the flags of both the USA and France before the game. J.J. Watt, 8.5 sacks, actually ahead of his production from this spot at last season. Marvin Lewis, get ready. And a rough night for Andy Dalton. It just seemed, guys, like this offense was out of sorts right from the start.
I mean, you don't really see that too often with the Cincinnati Bengals. Not knowing where to go. Andy Dalton had nowhere to go.
These go routes ended up out of bounds all night.
All of them.
But they came out with some, funky formations to start to see how Houston was going to match up. And that was like the first series, and then they all went away.
Dalton on this play looking for Marvin Jones, too long on the pass. And Jonathan Joseph, who has had some huge games against Cincinnati, comes down with the pick. What a season he's had.
And actually, I know he wanted to go deep, but the dump off was the right play, was the correct play. To the back. Would have about 15, 20 yards.
Yeah, man.
Well, this was the play where we think Brian Hoyer suffered the concussion. He would be brought into the locker room, and T.J. Yates, responsible for the only postseason win
he's done this before
in the history of their franchise.
Against Cincinnati.
You can't stop T.J. Yates. No. The Cincinnati Bengals.
Only hope to contain him.
Don't want to put him on a short field, right?
Guess we got another quarterback controversy.
Yeah. What a moment that was. Fast forward 4 years later on a Monday night. Yates doing his thing.
Going away from the blitz, reading the defense, just the way it's supposed to be done.
Yates, and this was the play. Hopkins, one-handed catch going over the shoulder towards the back corner of the end zone.
Jones thinks he's in perfect position. He's on top of him.
He is in perfect position. He's just a spectacular coach. It's a spectacular coach.
I think Adam Jones is surprised anybody that he caught it
one hand.
Yeah.
By the way, the receivers get up surprised with
5 career touchdown passes from T.J. Yates, 4 of them against the Bengals. And these two guys that have been so good, Dalton and Eifert, just couldn't connect. 3 drops by Eifert in this game.
Both of them were bad. I mean, that's a first down catch. It should be.
Earlier it was a bad throw by Dalton, but some of these other passes right on the money.
It's just a 3-man rush, flushing to Dalton like this.
That's a great play by Joseph.
Great play.
He's telling them, hey, you know me, I know you. We've been here before.
We started together.
We've been here before.
I used to wear that uniform.
A.J. Hawk getting to Yates, dumps him for a loss of 8, so the Texans would punt the football right back to the Bengals. Ensuing Cincinnati drive. Dalton stepping up, one of the few times we saw A.J. Green in this game, 26 yards in the first down.
How do you let A.J. Green get open?
He's got to do a better job at that.
90 seconds. Dalton over the middle. Bengals on the move inside the Houston 40.
Did they finish it?
They would call their first timeout to stop the clock at that point, and then on a 4th and 6 play, Green fumbles the football.
Quick and tense. He punched it out.
Great play.
Great play.
Kevin Johnson, who is credited with the
punch that right hand, right?
That's right.
Just give him an uppercut.
That's what they're taught. First man secure the tackle, second man rip the ball, go for the football.
Arizona now faced with a 3rd and 20. Palmer fires, and that's going to be picked off at the 35-yard line. The pass intended for Fitzgerald, and Leon Hall intercepts for Cincinnati. Carson Palmer, who missed 10 games last year with a pair of injuries. Very clean pocket, deep downfield, and that's picked off again by Reggie Nelson, the 2nd interception. And Nelson, with a flag down, takes it back to the 35-yard line. Dalton, deep downfield, and that will be hauled in on the run by Green. 3rd and goal from the 3. And Dalton will fire, and that will be caught for a touchdown. Tyler Eifert again into the end zone. Averages 4.4 per carry. And now you've got Palmer off the play fake, and he's going to go for it all on the 3rd and 1, and it will be hauled in for a touchdown by Darren Fells, the tight end. 1:57. The ball is at the 43-yard line, and a little dump off to Bernard with a convoy inside the 20, and Giovanni Bernard takes it all the way down to the 2-yard line. Jones comes in motion. And the handoff goes to Hill, and he chugs his way into the end zone to give them the lead. 8 of 14 for 94. Off play action, ton of time. Now he's going to go deep downfield, has a man caught, Nelson, and he's in for the touchdown. Ellington is now the back on 2nd and 1. Palmer fires into the end zone, and it is caught. John Brown, touchdown, Arizona. Cars almost jumped offside. Dalton hangs in, fires, caught, and that's a huge first down. Hugh Jackson playbook, and then Hill is able to barrel his way in for a touchdown. It's over. Here comes the blitz. He loses the ball, and it's taken away. Marcus Golden came in, and then it was taken away. Deion Buchanan. Dalton to the end zone, and that will be caught for a touchdown. Eifert again, his 2nd catch, 28 straight. Longest current streak in the league. Can they keep that one rolling? And Bernard gets away, and he's inside the 40 and to the 32-yard line. Palmer over the middle, out to the 34-yard line from the 35-yard line. Palmer fires, and that's caught by Fitzgerald, and Larry will get out of bounds. 34 seconds. Palmer fires. Fitzgerald into field goal range to the 26. This makes it a 32-yard attempt for Catanzaro to, in effect, win the game. And the kick is good. Officially 1 second remaining in the game.
Down that led to a field goal. Steelers on top 3-0 right now as we take you to Cincinnati. Rams and Bengals. Bengals back home after losing 2 straight. A little Tyler Eifert dump off here.
Pursuit angles and tackling for the St. Louis Rams over the last month has been terrible.
They have to be in the conversation of most disappointing teams.
Well, and this is a team that had to hang their hat on defense, too, right?
Absolutely. And as you can see, their defense is... Yeah, right. There you go.
A.J. Green.
Yeah, it's a breakdown in communication here. You had 3 guys on 1 guy, and go figure. You dropped coverage on A.J. Green.
They had a really high opinion of Mohamed Sanu, apparently, on that play.
Apparently.
Triple coverage. All right, so how about get Tavon Austin in the ballgame for the Rams offense, right?
Why not? That's who you need to get involved in your
60
offense.
yards.
Electric.
Inside the 20.
Run.
2 plays later, 2nd and 2. Well, it seems to be the only way they can get some offense right now. Just give it to Tavon Austin again.
Don't make it complicated, DJ.
I'm betting ready to see Tavon Austin line up in some wildcat here for this Rams offense.
Why not?
Might be their best option at quarterback. 4-play, 80-yard drive, ended in the end zone, 10-7 Bengals. Next Bengals possession.
Oh, we have a sighting.
12 yards.
He's been on milk cartons around Cincinnati.
Hey, went for 86 today on the ground. And then Tyler Eifert. Nobody has more touchdowns in the NFL right now than number 85 for the Cincinnati Bengals.
How about that?
It's 12th of the year.
Quarterback's best friend. Look at Andy Dalton, a full field read here. This is what I like to see from a young quarterback.
One of the linebackers sets down way too quickly. He's got to carry that a little bit more. And I don't know what the safety is doing. I'm not completely sure what the safety is.
He's under the spell of the redheaded quarterback.
Is that what it is?
Or maybe he was making a career decision by not going after Eifert.
Eifert, 12 TD passes. By comparison, Rob Gronkowski, 8 tight end position right now. And then let's get, all right, Nick Foles going to find Kenny Britt. I'll go for a first down.
You know, you would think that Kenny Britt would be a bigger piece in the puzzle of this whole St. Louis offense thing.
Yeah, and it just really goes downhill from here for the Rams. Foles picked off by Reggie Nelson. 6 picks for Nelson on the year. That leads the league.
LeVar, Paul Abdul, 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. Remember that, Jam?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's kind of like the St. Louis offense.
Maybe 3 steps back.
Yeah.
Little remix.
Yeah, little remix.
All right, so here comes Andy's second half action. Dump off to Gio Bernard. And look at Gio go.
Woo.
Turns on the Jets. He goes for 45 and fumbles. But hey,
they got it.
He's not just a touchdown leader.
All right, when you got a good football team, everybody pursues the football on both sides.
Eifert recovers, although shaken up a little bit on the play. 2 plays later, Dalton back to Green.
That's straight.
Touchdown.
You know, AJ needed this game.
He did.
He's needed this game. He's had kind of
a slow year. He's had 2 big games so far, but for the most part, not quite what you would expect. But he finds gets right in behind
small
that
window. Give Andy Dalton a lot of credit for being able to deliver it there.
Bengals up 24-7, 14 unanswered points.
Nick Foles. What exactly are you thinking on this play? I'll tell you. I'd rather be on the sideline holding a clipboard and getting paid to be a backup rather than be a starter.
Leon
I'm throwing my job away.
Wow.
That's what that says.
6. Bengals up 31-7. 4th quarter now. Foles,
Hey, Nick, what are you thinking here? I'll tell you. I'd rather be on the sideline with my hat and a pair of headphones on with a clipboard, making hand signals to the starting quarterback because I don't want to be that guy for this team.
You know, what's weird, though, Red, is you've got Nick Foles and Chip Kelly together, not bad.
Yeah,
apart, no good for either one.
Yeah, seeming less and less likely
Maybe they're
that
going to
Nick
meet on a
Foles
golf course somewhere pretty soon.
Gets that roster bonus from the Rams next season. Yeah, the Colts now with a chance to put some distance on the Texans in that AFC South race.
Yeah, put distance, but create a controversy.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to keep ringing that bell.
Uh-oh.
Controversy!
No controversy in this one.
No.
The Bengals are a far superior team to the Cleveland Browns.
They said A.J. Green, what?
So today was Johnny Manziel's birthday, correct?
It wasn't?
Yeah, I believe so.
Happy
it was
birthday.
Johnny Manziel. Yesterday was my birthday. We both spent our birthday watching football.
Oh,
That's
the Zing King has come to the party.
Andy Dalton going to sneak this one in from, what, the 3? I like it. All right. Unconventional. 7-0, Bengals lead. Andy, more AJ.
Yeah, I want to cover him.
And they said A.J. Green, what?
Deshaun Gibson, Tramon Williams having a hard time finding an answer for 18 and White today. This is Austin Davis, folks. No Johnny Manziel today, as DJ so cleverly alluded to. Here's Davis.
That's
Picked
not
off
good.
By Reggie Nelson.
Yeah, that's that one you try and explain and you have no answer.
Interception leader in the NFL, Reggie Nelson.
Then you think to yourself, well, we do have Johnny on the bench.
Yeah, on the spot, actually. Johnny on the spot.
Johnny on the
is
spot.
Sideline.
Yeah, Johnny on the
Remain
spot.
on the bench. Andy Dalton going to remain lighting up this Browns secondary to AJ.
And they said A.J. Green couldn't. What?
They ran the check 18 offense today. Just look and see where he is, and that's where the ball is going.
Initially ruled a touchdown on the field, but it was Deshaun Gibson that knocked or Tramon Williams that knocked the pylon over.
It wouldn't matter.
Still came back. Jeremy Hill.
Mr. Hill runs hard. And here's the thing, right? If you're upset when somebody goes and does something in the house that you don't like, you should have did it before the play. Now, they didn't show it, but there was a guy that pulled him out of the stand.
And Marvin Jones, one for good measure from Andy Dalton.
What a perfect compliment to A.J. Green.
Yeah, this is guys with Tyler Eifert inactive for this game. The rest of the guys, Marvin and company, getting in on the touchdown action thanks to Eifert's absence. And so,
with the first pick
what you got?
in the 2016 NFL Draft, the
Browns
Cleveland Browns select. We'll have to wait, but they're going to have the first pick.
It's going to be a QB.
Steelers and Bengals, and early on there was this.
Get it going early.
Perfect, of course, the guy who took down Le'Veon Bell, so maybe the Steelers still thinking about that. Everybody comes out. Look, Pac-Man Jones in the boot.
In the walking boot.
In the orange,
The fight in your pajamas is serious. Remember that phrase.
Even more serious
if the
than a
guy
walking
comes
boot.
out right. If the guy comes out and he doesn't have the pads on.
Man, he's got his slippers on. Hey, he's serious. This game matters.
Andy Dalton injured in this game. He was out.
AJ to AJ.
McCarron. AJ McCarron.
Who's the better AJ?
Hook up.
Stop it.
Come on now. AJ McCarron to AJ Green, and they're
AJ
rocking
Green
in the
can
Bengals.
punt too, apparently.
That was a good pick.
Bengals get back in this game at 13-7. A little stutter step, and then that's DB panic mode, isn't it?
Safety help.
No,
Safety
no.
help.
No. That's when he's no longer a safety. He's called a safety. That's what you do. Mid-stride, you're looking to see if he's on his way to help you.
You're like, come on.
It happens. It happens. It happens. If it hasn't, you hadn't played long enough.
And then A.J. McCarron
That happens
with a
also.
boo-boo. And Gay gets the touchdown and the dance of the day. This celebration went on. I mean, this was the celebration of the day.
Go. It's still going now.
Yep, it's still going on.
Go.
Gay's still dancing. Hold on, get on the ground and crawl. Come on. Oh!
Porter going to get some.
A.J. McCarron, though undaunted, looks for A.J. Green again, finds him over the middle at 23-7. This game far from over.
On the deep dig, wanting to get it.
Couldn't do anything there.
Big Ben down the sideline.
Oh,
great interception. Reggie Nelson with the great interception.
Nelson had been in a squabble earlier, and he just says, feed me, because I'll eat it
Go
up.
get it.
Now, did he get out of bounds?
He stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, okay.
You know what? The braids pulled him over and out of bounds.
The weight.
The weight of the braid.
Run.
A.J. McCarron, though, returns the favor.
You know the breads, man.
Robert Gold picks him off, throwing it
over the middle.
Not braids.
High.
That's the difference. Anyway, back to the receiver.
Okay.
Back to the highlight on the overthrow.
But A.J. McCarron, and those are the mistakes you get from a guy who's only thrown 4 passes in his career when he comes into the game.
Yeah.
D'Angelo Williams, touchdown. His second of the day. And this game ends 33-20, so the Bengals don't clinch the division. The Steelers stay alive. Their wild card hopes are alive. Their divisional hopes are alive because understand this. If Andy Dalton is out for an amount of time, it could be a very interesting finish.
A.J. McCarron just didn't have time to get rid of it.
McCarron's going to throw it on 2nd and 5. He's got Green right on cue. Over the shoulder catch inside San Francisco territory as he beats Tremaine Brock for a 37-yard pickup. Play clock down to 3. This is 3rd and 10. Gabbert, quick sling near side. It's caught. Bolden for the first down. Then it's taken away at the end of the play. No signal from the officials. That is Carlos Dunlap. And let's see what the call is here. And now they say it will be Cincinnati football. Dunlap just wrestles it away at the end of the play and returns it 21 yards as the officials now conference.
Ruling on the field is a fumble recovered by Cincinnati. First down.
There's the catch. He made a football move, had put the ball away.
2nd and goal. They keep pounding it away. That's Hill. Lunges towards the end zone. No signal from the officials.
And that one looked like it may be close.
Awfully close.
I thought I saw the ball break the plane of the goal line there, even though Navarro Bowman's got his hand on the ball. Now take a look right here. It broke the plane right there. I believe it did. Right there.
The ruling on the field has been changed. The ball broke the plane of the goal line in the runner's left hand. It is a touchdown.
Can't advance the football on a fumble, so they mark it where it came loose. 1st and goal inside the 1. McCarron struggled with the snap, gets it to Jeremy Hill.
That was an excellent play by McCarron. He nearly fumbled the snap from center. McCarron won a whole lot more at the collegiate level than Tom Brady. They were both drafted late.
On 2nd and 10. That pass is deflected high in the air and intercepted. It's Vontaze Burfict.
This ball bounces off the tight end, Vance McDonald, and watch Burfict. He's got a nose for the football, makes that diving catch, and then he gets back up. He's not done yet. Starts to run with it, setting the offense up for the Bengals.
As McCarron and company take over from the San Francisco 20. Up 14-0, looking for more. He's got his man wide open. It's the rookie tight end, Tyler Kroft, into the end zone.
Where the blitzing safety was, he's wide open. And look at A.J. McCarron. He read this one immediately.
3 tight ends on 2nd and goal. Late marker comes in. Officials signaling appear to be a touchdown signal, but penalty flags thrown from the back part of the end zone.
Looked like Emmanuel Lemure.
12 men on defense.
There you go.
Number 59. That penalty is declined. Result of the play is a touchdown.
Bruce Miller able to pound it in. The fullback getting the take.
Just hand it to the fullback. He's the closest man to the line of scrimmage, able to get in quickly before the linebacker, Ray Maualuga, can get there to stop him in tempo and timing in the offense.
11th play of the drive. They've been all passes. 2nd and 5. Going end zone. Caught. And Quan Bolden for the San Francisco touchdown. 15 yards on the strike from Gabbert.
Gabbert just threw that one nicely. It's almost like a rebound play for Anquan Bolden. But a job well done in a year where, you know, they've had to fight and they got off to such a great start, but looks like they're going to be able to close it out getting into the playoffs.
The Cincinnati Bengals win the division for the 3rd time since '09.
Monday Night Football from Denver. Boy, all kinds of postseason permutations riding on the outcome of this game. Temperatures at 17 degrees, real feel at 12. And the stage was set for Brock Osweiler and A.J. McCarron, making only his second career start in as many weeks. And McCarron looked as comfortable as anyone could have expected early in this game.
Well, like this throw here to A.J. Green, against pretty good coverage of Aqib Talib, put it right on the spot. It was throw after throw, including this touchdown right here to A.J. Green against great coverage in the back of the end zone. Put it right up where A.J. could take that ball away.
Aqib Talib had perfect coverage, Baldy. It was kind of bizarre. You just never got a hand on it. You see A.J. McCarron check to it, give him the signal, put it up there, and this ball goes right by the elbow of Aqib Talib, and then A.J. does a great job of getting his feet in.
You could just sense the synergy between those two getting stronger by the play with all the time that they've put in over the past couple of weeks. Meantime, Osweiler and Denver's offense struggling mightily early in this game.
Offensive line, you knew was going to be an issue going up against a very talented front, but they got better as the game wore on.
This is the ensuing Cincinnati drive. McCarron on the pump fake, able to pick up 16 yards and a first down. He just looked very comfortable and complete command of what they were doing in the first half.
Well, he had a 15-play drive for 80 yards, a 13-play drive for 90 yards, and they're able to sustain the offense, take the crowd out of it, and play keep away from Denver for a large part of the first half.
And look at Hugh Jackson getting creative. Wildcat, Mohamed Sanu, direct snap, easily runs it in for the 6-yard score.
Shades of Colin Kaepernick in the San Francisco 49ers, little QB sweep there.
Bengals up at halftime, 14-3, and then the game started to turn. You saw Osweiler begin to get comfortable, completes to Emmanuel Sanders, 16 yards and a first down. 3 plays later, this is a 3rd and 3. Osweiler underneath to Sanders, who does a nice job to get into the end zone.
He should be excited, man. He read that perfectly. That's right where the ball should go. I don't know how he got the ball by Wallace Gilberry there to Sanders, but put it in the hands of your playmakers like that, underneath, and let them finish.
Osweiler, 8 of 10 on the drive, 73 yards and a touchdown. 4th quarter. McCarron underneath to Tyler Kroft. Incomplete. Kroft making a second straight start for the absent Tyler Eifert. Bengals would punt.
What a cutback by C.J. Anderson. I don't think this was a designed cutback. I mean, I just think he saw something out the back door and he took it.
But that was tackling too, Baldy.
Well, it was
on the other side of the ball for the Cincinnati Bengals. I thought in the second half they wore down a little bit, missed a lot of tackles, and I thought the hurry-up pace the Broncos went to, getting that no-huddle in the second half kind of showed its toll a little bit.
Boy, a restless crowd finally had something to explode about. Broncos with their first lead of the night. How would McCarron react?
That was a big throw on 3rd down there.
20 yards and a Bengals first down.
Yeah, Sanu on 1st down, stay alive right here.
And again,
another big throw.
Another big throw on 3rd down. This is what you guys were talking about. Kroft slips that Reggie Nelson tackle, picks up 15 and another first down.
And this is after, Denver had gotten all the momentum back. The crowd was into it, and, he's right in the teeth of this defense.
Went for it all right here. You got 3rd and short.
I like the call.
Be aggressive, go after it. A.J. Green kind of just stopped running. If he runs through that, you probably have a touchdown, take the lead.
Bengals would add a Mike Nugent field goal to tie the game at 17. This is the ensuing Denver possession. Anderson hit by Michael Johnson, fumbles and loses it. First time that had happened to him in 320 career attempts.
Michael Johnson rocked him. You never saw him. Got his hand right on the ball. C.J. Anderson needed a little help getting off the field after that hit.
We waited for a turnover in this game. It took a long time. That was the first one.
Playoff hit.
Scary looking sequences. Anderson has to be aided to the sideline. McCarron feeling the pressure. Sacked. Vance Walker kind of sneaks up on him at the end. Cincinnati would punt. And here comes Brock. Going to deliver a strike on a 1st and 10.
Wow.
Owen Daniels, 26 big yards to the Cincinnati 38.
Yeah, he ripped it. I mean, he stepped up and just trying to give McManus a chance here to go get this ball in at the end of regulation.
Under a minute left, Benny Fowler.
Spreading the ball. I know that Benny Fowler was going to get that one.
His favorite receiver was the open receiver on that drive.
And then Brandon McManus. Boy, you talk about a shank. 45-yarder that just never had a chance.
Kicker misses like that, he just goes to the end of the bench. Nobody go near him. He's got the plague over there after you shank like that.
Marcus Hunt, who's about 6'15", jumping up in the air right there. I thought he was going to get a finger on. Didn't need to.
No.
Boy, that would breathe new life into Marvin Lewis and his bunch. To overtime they would go. Opening possession. Osweiler
to Virgil Green, picks up 9 yards. But Vontaze Burfict did not let go when the whistle blew. Unnecessary roughness, so they tack on 15 yards.
Look, I didn't think that was I think that was deserving of a 15-yard penalty, just trying to pull the ball out.
But boy, Osweiler got hot.
Thomas.
The second half, I mean, he was just, they put it in his hands in the second half, and he delivered.
What a catch by Thomas. Adam Jones draped all over. 2nd and 9. Osweiler looking for Daniels, and he takes
Reggie Nelson.
Shot. It's a clean shot, too. He throws his shoulder right into him, separates him from the football. That's the way you do it.
They still need to allow those kind of hits in a big spot like that to be legal like they did.
McManus, boy, just dusts himself off after that miss. Hits from 37, and the stage was set for A.J. McCarron. Down 3, and it would come down to this play on a 2nd and 10. Can't field the snap out of the shotgun, and the Denver Broncos win it, clinch a postseason berth.
Opponent to have fighting for number 1 seed, but maybe not. Maybe they could spoil it.
Broncos lead remains 7-3. In Cincinnati, A.J. McCarron show once again for the Bengals, looking for Rex Burkhead here. Unable to complete that pass. Is that 4th and 4? No, that brought up a 4th down, so they'll punt it away. 3-0 Ravens here. McCarron sacked.
He took a couple.
Spoiler again?
Yeah, he took a couple shots in this game.
That was a nice tackle by
Jake Mosley.
Second-year player with my sack, but that's a player right there.
Ryan Mallett looks like he gets this ball off.
Oh, he's putting clinics on.
And Convoy in front.
But
let's see this thing maybe bounce.
Yeah. Affirmative.
Yep, affirmative. Thank you.
Yeah. Good thing we highlighted the football, by the way. There. Yeah, I like that. That was nice.
Yeah, so that ball trapped against the turf, so the Ravens can settle for a field goal. They're up 6-0. Woo. Next Bengals possession. McCarron looking for Tyler Eifert, and he's got him. Eifert back in after missing a couple weeks with a concussion, 22-yard TD.
McCarron's certainly showing he can be a starter in this league.
Well, Eifert now with the team record, 13th TD of the season, and he missed a few games here. 3rd quarter, Ravens lead is 2 points, 9-7.
Oh, wow.
And Mallett picked off by Vontaze Burfict.
I mean, he may have a lot of interesting things happen, but he makes plays. Boy, I tell you, he's been a playmaker since he's been an Arizona State guy.
2nd pick of the season for Burfict. So off the turnover, 1st and goal. McCarron.
That's not fair.
To A.J.
That's
Green.
been a playmaker since college right there, too.
Well, Sharice Wright, that's a tough cover, man.
It's hard.
That's a tough ball to defend.
How about the job he does to get this toe tap right there?
Yeah. Wow. That was a true toe tap. The rest of the foot did not come down.
No, that was it. Maybe just a big toe.
14-9 Bengals lead. Next possession, McCarron can't find anybody open. Going to toss that one away. Next play, Hughes keeping the offense out. And on 4th and 1, Jeremy Hill has that first down.
I'll tell you, that's a violent run right there. He's trying to get there.
And a little more, 38-yard touchdown run for Jeremy Hill. Well, that looks like second half of the rookie season, Jeremy Hill, doesn't it? Diving for the pylon.
Well, that's who they're going to need in the postseason. We're going to talk about the health of their quarterback, what's going to happen there. Their ability to run the football is going to be huge as we go to the postseason.
Jeremy Hill's 12th touchdown of the season. Tyler Eifert had 13. A.J. Green had 10. How about that? First season in franchise history. There's 3 players have scored 10-plus TDs. Bengals win it 24-16.
You talked with the coach this week, feels this is his best Bengals team he's ever had.
Yes, it does. You know, I think there's no really gaping hole when you look at this football team on both sides of the ball. They have some playmakers on each side. Of course, without saying, we'll talk about it a lot tonight. Andy Dalton, 5 years in, 5 years of experience, had his best year of his career by far. Not being in is a big deal for this Bengals team.
Got the cast off of the right hand, but not making any throws yet. He'll be reevaluated if their season continues early in the week.
And gets the Steeler in good field position.
And 2nd and 10 to Wheaton. Got him by the ankles, and the ball's down. And I think Cincinnati has the recovery.
Shoot.
3rd and 13. McCarron goes down the field, and it is intercepted by Blake. And Blake makes a nice move to get away from a couple of Cincinnati players. And finally brought down by Bernard at the 40.
You should know the flag is going to be thrown.
2nd and 25. And Roethlisberger goes down the field. Open is Brown. And he's got the catch near the 20.
Beautiful throw.
Got to get to the 19. Here comes the blitz. Perfect over the top. Pass. There was contact. Adam Jones defending. No flag. Intended for Antonio Brown. Field goals during the regular season. This from 39 out. And the kick by Boswell. Center cut. 51-yard punt. Sets up the Steelers. Back at the 25, and then the little throw to Toussaint. And he's got 16.
I think it's a big reason why we have a 3-0 score here.
And again, they split the 2 regular season matchups. There is a slashing Brown looking for the sideline and finds it. He's out for the remainder. 2nd and 15. And Big Ben throws. Oh, what a hit. And holding on to it is Wheaton, and the flag is out.
Ruling the field is a catch. Personal foul. Defense, number 36. Half the distance to the goal. Hit on a defenseless player.
Around, right down the middle, you'll see, oh, the little stutter go. That's what caught Leon Hall. Just that little flinch by Wheaton. And here comes the hit. Hits the helmet with the shoulder.
Here's Roethlisberger to the, oh no, it's short of the end zone. It's off the hands of Ray. Not sure where he was going with that one. 30-yard attempt coming up for Boswell.
Got away with the interception, that's for sure.
And the kick is good with 33 seconds to go. Kneel down and on to the half. The home playoff teams haven't scored yet in 6 quarters.
Well, it's just the second game, but that's you're right. And what's the other stat that you told me about home? The quarterbacks are
the visiting quarterbacks on Wild Card Weekend have 37 postseason starts. 2nd and 10. Hill finally has an opening, has a first down and a whole lot more. Down to the 30-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds by Timmons. It was A.J. Green who really helped make that happen.
You can see that he's healthy now.
Longest play of the night for either side from the 29. McCarron has the ball come out of his hands, and that's a free football. And it's recovered by Cam Thomas, and it slips out of his hands. William Gay taken off for his 2nd touchdown of the year against the Steelers, against the Bengals. Gay takes it all the way. If they don't rule Thomas down, got all kinds of things to check here.
After reviewing the play, after the recovery, the defender's left knee was down at the 49-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 Pittsburgh, but after the 15-yard penalty at the 36-yard line, right hash.
But Jarvis Jones made the big play.
Drake Kirkpatrick, who was injured late in the first half, is back out at corner. And here comes a end around for Bryant. Oh, look at him get through traffic. And there's Kirkpatrick I just mentioned, trying to give chase to Bryant and forces him out of bounds near the 20.
Boy, he's playing with the purpose that time.
From the 16. With pressure to the end zone and incomplete. Adam Jones had Hayward Bay covered up. But the 3rd time now they call him Boswell. This from 34. And he makes the margin. 9. With his 3 kicks. And here they come. On the blitz. They find the open man. Brown got away. And he's cutting to the far sideline. Kirkpatrick is blocked. And Brown finally is tackled at the 10-yard line.
Castro, the right guard.
Yeah, he's on perfect.
Yep, got him, and that fight's not on, and he takes him down.
From the gun, Roethlisberger in zone bound, and it is a touchdown. Martavis Bryant living up to the challenge.
Yep, nice route by him. Watch what he does, and you're thinking, how can he get open against Kirkpatrick in the back of the end zone? Top of your screen, number 10, little fake curl inside, then look at the separation it gives him against Kirkpatrick, and Roethlisberger right on target.
Well, look at the catch. As he tried to control it, make sure he didn't lose it. This is an amazing acrobatic effort from behind.
I was so busy watching the route.
And a flip.
Does he keep control?
Yes.
Mike Tomlin says, I agree, go ahead, go here. We're going to make it more than we miss.
Roethlisberger looking for options, zings it back in the end zone, incomplete. That was for Wheaton. They had been 8 out of 11, and Ben made it very clear. This is coming from love, but it's time you toughen up. That's what he had said. There's A.J. Green's third catch.
Yeah, and he said, I'm just challenging.
Only CBS from the 36. Giovanni Bernard, there's that quickness. And that was a tackle by Mike Mitchell that should not be. Backing off the blitz, giving McCarron time. Goes underneath, and he is smashed. Shazier lays out Bernard, and Shazier comes up with the football. Whistles. And this goes against this. We can hear this.
It is a fumble. It'll be a Pittsburgh football, 1st and 10, 37. Please adjust the game clock to 1:37, please.
Roethlisberger in trouble. Decked at the 3 by Perfect, who has the football, but the quarterback is hurt. Roethlisberger
fell on his shoulder.
Oh, boy.
Yep. Got pinned. Couldn't protect himself. And I would say so far the linebackers have been terrific.
2nd and 10. McCarron. Long ball time. Down the field it goes. He had it for a moment. A flag is out. Green was interfered with. Will Allen.
Didn't react to the ball well.
Number 20. Automatic first down. Spot on the foul.
A.J. Green's going deep. Boy, 2 double moves on one play.
Number 70.
And that second one's what got Will Allen to think, well, it's going to be an easy defense right here. That's a good call. He never turns around.
With 11. They give it to him. And he's in for the touchdown.
Well, if the first play works, let's do it again. So they ran the exact same play. When Ben Roethlisberger, they did pick up Michael Vick. It didn't go well. They put him back in there from all the preseason work.
In trouble, no chance. The Bengals double up and get him. Dunlap and Sims. You mentioned Mike Vick. 3rd and 17 is Bryant with the Bengals having that one completely covered up.
A lot of side action to go along with it.
Here's McCarron setting up screen to Hill. He's got room. He's got 10 and a first down.
Rule was instituted in 1995.
1st and 10 for McCarron. Going to dump it off underneath. And Hill races out for another 13. Bernard is not coming back, we've just been told. They're blitzing. Gets the pass away. Diving catch by Eifert. We'll call it 36 now as they step back a little bit more with Hubert. Here's the kick, and it is good. 10 points in the quarter by the Bengals. Pittsburgh leads at 15-10.
Those underneath throws.
Here's a 3rd and 4 play. Jones down the field and incomplete. And no flag. That is only 2nd fair catch of the season earlier in this game. A dangerous threat. He's going to have a chance to handle it here. Spins around and goes. Adam Jones to the 45 of Pittsburgh.
And get the football backwards out.
Here they come on another blitz. William Gay blitzing, leaving open. Jones hammered down after the first down by Moats.
To give A.J. McCarron a chance to win this game.
Here's a 3rd and 7. And McCarron goes down the field, and it's caught. And Breed's in for the touchdown.
We saw it early in the game, and this pass was knocked down, but A.J. Green goes inside and then breaks back out. What a job by McCarron.
4 players shift in the formation. Little toss over the hill. The Steelers are all over it and deny him.
That was dangerous. Could have been a lateral, which it was, and that could have been returned.
Yes, it can.
The perfect defense to get that touchdown.
Short kick. Return opportunity for Wheaton, but the Bengals have it covered up, including Smith. Trying to drive to get an attempt at a winning field goal. Jones, middle of the field, and that is intercepted, and it's Perfect who comes away with the football. He better be down because he's running the wrong way.
Watch what he does, though. 55. What a job. Contact, he's down. Contact takes him to the ground. There it is on the ground also.
Yeah, no question.
But he fooled the quarterback.
Here's Hill. Jarvis Jones. Ball is out. Shazier had it for a moment, and now it's picked up by Cockrell. Let's see here. They're going to rule that Hill was down. I believe it's a fumble. Watch the knee, watch the elbow, but the ball there is moving. Mike Carey, any doubt in your mind?
In my mind, that ball is moving, and certainly there's not enough to reverse.
Right. Start doing the math on what would this situation have been.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field stands as called. 1st and 10.
And look who's coming at him. Looking across the way, Ben Roethlisberger trots onto the field. 3rd and 2. Rushing 3. Roethlisberger lofts it. And quite a catch by Toussaint. Had to adjust. And he goes out of bounds. Gain of 7 in the first. Roethlisberger swings it over to Toussaint. Gets a move to get around Lewis Harris. And near another first. And Pittsburgh's got to take a timeout here. 3rd and 7 with 32 seconds. Trying to cross him up on the ground. Toussaint got tripped up. That was Michael Johnson who saved what would have, in all likelihood, Roethlisberger has the first down. Brown to the 48.
They call the timeout immediately.
Roethlisberger from the pocket, middle of the field, incomplete.
Personal foul.
Oh, a flag does come in.
Went to the head.
Lewis Harris is going to be flagged for this on the hit on Antonio Brown, and it's going to put the Steelers in field goal range. Perfect was in there too. Brown is still down.
That's, of course, flagrant.
Out of control?
Out of control. It's going to be everything. That's going to be suspension, fine.
It may cost his team a game.
Personal foul. Defense number 24. 15-yard penalty. First down.
Adam Jones.
Well,
go for the kick that in all likelihood would win it if he makes it. And the kick is drilled, and the Steelers are back ahead at 18-16.
looking for his first playoff victory. You think it's over. We got the football.
Adam Jones. And he runs into Jarvis Jones. And tackled at the 24.
Terrible day for the league.
McCarron launching it deep. Batted down by Shazier. And the game is over. The Steelers have come back behind Roethlisberger, re-entering the game and driving them with the aid of penalties to the game-winning field goal. Right at the end of the game, Marvin Lewis giving an earful to Vontez Perfect. Adam Jones sobbing. You saw the fans, the same thing. The drought does not end on a rain-soaked night. A vicious, violent game it was. And now we're all set for the AFC divisional round. Kansas City is traveling to Gillette Stadium to take on the Patriots. The Chiefs and the Patriots, that's Saturday on CBS. And then on Sunday, again, Pittsburgh and Denver will meet for the second time in a month. What a sequence of events at the end of this game.
Yeah, it really was. Started with the fumble. Ben Roethlisberger comes back in the game. The two personal fouls, the game-winning field goal.
Boswell absolutely split the uprights. And the Steelers advance. Heartbreak here for the Cincinnati fans as the Bengals look like they had it. And then some out-of-control moments at the end cost them their season. Coming up next, the Subway post-game show for Phil, Tracy, Mike Carey, Jim Nance saying so long from Cincinnati. You've been watching the NFL on CBS.